Hey guys. Okay.
Hello, Drift fans, and welcome to the AutoZone Throwdown. This is round 6 of the Formula Drift Black Magic Pro Championship, presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. As you can see, the venue filled with smoke, not only from the vehicles, but the fires that are happening just north of us in Montana and in Canada. So it makes for a very interesting situation. The battle in Seattle always delivers, Ryan. I can't believe we're at this point of the 2017 season.
Yeah, it's been a crazy season so far. It's gone by very, very fast. We're now on the downside of the 2017 championship, and we've seen basically two guys emerge, James Dean and Frederick Osbo. But anything can happen here as we've got 3 rounds left to go. And Seattle was always a pivotal moment for the championship. We've seen a lot of guys get knocked out in 32 here, ruin their chances for a championship. And we've also seen guys come to the top, really take those big challenges on hand on this amazing course, and then try to push forward as we reach to the latter round in Irwindale.
Yeah, I would consider, some drivers really favoring this track, but you really need to bring all of your bag of tricks. You got one big, long bank. It's very gritty. It's abrasive. It eats up the tires. Then it gets very technical towards the end. So you really need to bring all of it. But somebody that brought all of it to Canada, Frederick Osbo. He really seemed to just get it all together. He got another win in Montreal. And on the debut season of this vehicle, he's really making it work. You got to remember, the Papadakis Racing team who operates this vehicle not only has his championship, but also 2 from Tanner Faust.
Well, the amazing statistic, I think, from Frederick Osbo is now he is the winningest driver in Formula Drift history, up there with the likes of Daijiro Yoshihara, Von Gittin Jr., and Stanley Hubinett. 10 total wins and 3 wins at Montreal. That's back-to-back-to-back. So Frederick Osbo, certainly momentum on his side. And he said in his post-event interview that the best battle that he's had in a long time was against James Dean. Now, James is leading the championship, and Osbo has basically thrown down the gauntlet and said, I want to challenge James Dean. He's just a little bit outside of first place right now. This is a venue that he is very familiar with. James Dean is not, so James will have some work to do here. But what we've noticed from James throughout the season so far is just consistency. Other guys have had some moments where they've gotten really far into the competition and then got knocked out in 32 in a round. James hasn't had that. He's been fairly consistent. He's got 2 wins, and he's really charging for this 2017 championship.
Speaking of the 2017 championship, let's take a look at the overall standings, and here they are. So, as you said, Ryan, James Dean leading the charge. You see the point deviation from each other. James Dean, Frederick Osbo, Christoph Blush from Latvia, Michael Essa going for another championship as well, and Ryan Turk rounding out the top 5.
And then 6 through 10, you can see Von Gittin Jr. here, 245 points. Right next to him, Dean Carnage Carney, Odie Bakchis at 229, Matt Kaufman, number 9, and rounding out your top 10 is Daijiro Yoshihara.
And now at this point, we'll bring in one of our 3 judges, Ryan Lantain, to break down the criteria and what the judges are looking for.
And now welcome in Ryan Lantain, a member of our judging panel and also the commentary team as well. As we talk about today's competition, obviously the first thing we need to talk about is the event format.
So today what we're going to be looking at is qualifying. Right now we have both drivers doing, all the drivers, doing 2 runs. They're going to be non-consecutive runs. They're going to be out there to get a score so that they can see where they're going to place in the competition ladder tomorrow. We have 32 drivers that are going to go on to the head-to-head competition that will happen tomorrow.
Now, you guys had a drivers' meeting this morning and also yesterday to talk about the track layout, where the points allocations are going to be. So let's take a look at the track map and give us some key points there, some takeaways from the drivers' meeting.
So you can see that we have 6 sectors on the track. The first outside zone is broken into 2, worth 5 points each. Touch and go is worth 5, and then we go into that purple sector right there, which is outside zone 2. In that sector, line and angle are both worth 10 points each. Then at inside clip 1 and inside clip 2, both worth 5 points each for line and angle.
So we've got 70 total points for line and angle, and then the last 30 is what we call style. You guys have a way to describe that, breaking down different categories within style, so let's talk about that.
So style, you're going to hear us say IFC a lot. IFC refers to initiation, fluidity, and commitment. So the initiation needs to be done by the latest initiation point, which at this track is marked by, it's right around the Les Schwab sign or the Budweiser sign on the track. That would be our 1 cone. That's going to be the latest point of initiation. The car needs to get to angle quickly and smoothly. Then fluidity, how well does the car flow through the entire course? Does it get kind of choppy to angle, or does it rotate really well from one side to the other? Commitment, we're looking at the car's motion as it's going towards the track obstacles, so walls on the course or the track edge. Is the driver approaching them with confidence and really throwing the car out there with kind of a reckless abandon, but keeping it within the track outline? and if they do that, they're going to get a high commitment score.
Now, finally, if that recklessness does result in something going over the line, you guys have a number of things that we used to call zeros, now we call them incomplete, so let's break that down for qualifying.
So for qualifying, the incompletes list that we have is pretty short. So spinning out would be the major one. If you lose control entirely, then you're going to get an incomplete. Opposite drift anywhere on the course, which has happened in the past. We have cars that drift in the opposite direction. So another version of a loss of control. The last one is hood, hatch, trunk, doors, anything that would open during a run. So anything latchable that opens during a run would result in an incomplete. Now this doesn't mean we can't give incompletes for other things that we see, but it just means that they're not going to be hard and fast incompletes. There'll be ones that we see that we think are too extreme to allow to give us a score to.
All right, well, there you go. Ryan Lantain breaking down the judging criteria for qualifying today. This is the AutoZone Showdown, and you are watching the Formula Drift Black Magic Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. We'll be right back to check out qualifying.
This present Formula Drift has been brought to you by Blackview, Over the Cloud, Nexen Tire, Driving Tomorrow, Nitto Tire, fueled by enthusiasts, NOS with Complex 6 for high performance energy.
How we doing out there, Evergreen Speedway? We are live here. We are just getting prepared, cleaning up the track, making sure it is just fit as a fiddle as the drivers are getting prepped. We saw some practice earlier. Ryan, anything stand out to you as far as what the drivers are going to be expecting here?
Well, definitely very hot conditions here this weekend, so we're going to have to be dealing with that for sure. We usually don't see this kind of heat, unless we're out in Vegas or even Texas. But so that'll certainly be a challenge. But we're in the latter half of the season now. Round 6 is just 2 more to go. Texas and Irwindale championship is definitely tightening up, seeing who the contenders are. And Seattle is a very, very important round. We've seen a lot of things shift in terms of the tide changing for certain drivers. It's really important for championship contenders to make it into at least the top 16, if not the grade 8 or better. So you got to be looking out for that for the likes of Osbo and Dean, and all the way down to the top 5 of Ryan Turk.
Do you think those top 5s are a shoe-in to kind of podium here? I mean, like you said, I think the standout thing for me this season is obviously the reemergence of James Dean coming back to Formula Drift here stateside. But I think this season has really been, it's anybody's game. Anybody can get a win.
Yeah, it seems like there's at least 10 to 12, maybe even the top 16 guys that could get a win at any given time. That just seems evident to me in how much change and variance we've seen, going all the way back to Road Atlanta with the craziness that we saw there. The outcomes in the second round in Orlando, and last round, obviously, at Canada, what we saw with Osbo, becoming the winningest driver ever with 10 overall wins, 3 back-to-back wins there, and then going back to New Jersey with Odie Bakchi's, just charging as hard as anybody, staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning to fix the vehicle, and basically crossing the finish line as the engine blew up and taking out Michael Essa. We've seen some great driving from Essa as well, and there's just a lot of guys out there that have stepped up their game, not only from the car fab side, but the driving side as well, and it's been a very exciting season to watch. I think James has really elevated everybody's driving and really had everybody on the lookout for what you need to do to be a championship contender.
And I think with him, not being here for a few years and then coming back and not a lot of drivers driving or competing against him, I think that really contributes to, people not knowing what to expect from him. So as it's Casual Friday here, thank you for joining us out here. We are live. As you can see, the stands a little bit empty this morning, but they'll be filling up for sure later this afternoon for Pro 2, as well as for tomorrow, FD Game Day. Hashtag FDSEA. Let everybody know you are watching now. We are live. Again, the track is getting prepped, but we want to give back to you so you can win a set of Drifts wheels. Win a set of Drifts, D-R-I-S-Z. How? Well, tag a photo of you watching this weekend's event. Hashtag FDDRIFZ17 and enter to win a free set of Drifts wheels, as ran by, you can see Odie Bakchi's vehicle. Hashtag FDDRIFZ17, courtesy of ATDWheels.com, Formula Drift official sponsor. So if you haven't downloaded the app, please do that as well. You can purchase tickets. I know tickets were available. I got an email even saying, hey, if you want to buy Irwindale tickets. But a great way to stay on top of all the content, scoring, alerts, and stats, breaking news, get notifications, access to live stream, ability to buy those tickets, fan reward program, exclusive game and contest, special video features. Download the app for Apple or Android. So as you can see, Chelsea Genova looks like his vehicle there in the pits, and complimentary pit access when you make your way in. So again, the track just getting prepped, getting ready, and we'll be. It looks like I'm already seeing some drivers warming up their tires, and it looks like Dan Burkett, Rad Dan as he's known, great looking car, beautiful looking vehicle, making his debut here into pro competition. I know he's even running a grow the finest Rad Dan mullet, and you can win a bike, which is kind of cool. So be sure to check out what he's got going on with his program, Rad Industries, Toyota Supra. Ryan, I think we did the math here, and we were to see Juha Rintanen from Finland. We were here to see Farouk. He was going to make the competition, but I think we have 26 drivers was the final count, so that makes it quite a bit. 6 by runs, so 6 drivers will automatically go from today into tomorrow's top 16. So those are some coveted spots, the top 6 spots. Here we go, Dan Burkett. on his initial, look at that, big, nasty, look at that, getting really intimate with the wall. Big smoke coming off the bank. Now, here's a touch and go into the power alley, boom, hits that, you can see that hashtag mark. Man, really chopping it up. Nice job by Dan Burkett. And across the finish line, solid way to start it, and that's going to be a hard act to follow. I mean, right out of the gate, that's you're going to see a high score.
Yeah, nice job by Dan, and we'll have an opportunity here to take a look at the course. You can see the 3-2-1 initiation cones. Look at the tires, the Les Schwab tires sign out there. That red line on the wall is the last area of initiation that you can take in order to get full maximum points. Dan does a good job coming through the power alley, trying to reach out to that second outer zone marked by those two pylons on top of the K-rail. Then as they switch into that second inside clip, and then quickly into the third as you wrap around that little S-turn, the judges are looking for full acceleration through the finish line. And we've seen in the past some changes to the track layout in this latter part of the course here. We used to go a little bit deeper towards the wall. Now it's much more of a fluid motion. We've also got Ryan Lantain on the comms with us as well to talk about some of the specifics of judging and also some of the key runs that we're going to see here today.
So Dan Burkett awaiting his score. Talking with some of the Pro 2 drivers, so Josh Robinson down here, Travis Reeder, and talking to them about the course. And there's Dan Burkett's score, an 80. An 80 out of the gate. You could see some missing a couple of points from line, angle. So I thought that was a great way to start it. Now it looks like we are seeing Cameron Moore. All right, looks like our officials, you can see already sweeping it down from the bank. Looks safety checking out the bank, see if anything came off Dan's car. I mean, it's just a massively long bank. You can see just how long they are turning and burning. All right, corner workers again as Cameron Moore waits patiently. I mean, that's got to be nerve-wracking for Cameron and any driver. That's it's kind of like calling a timeout right before you kick the field goal, getting iced. So kind of calming his nerves here.
A lot of Cameron Moore fans here this weekend. Had a chance to go outside and see some of the fans coming in. Saw quite a few Cameron Moore T-shirts. So
yeah,
a lot of support up here in Pacific Northwest for him.
Yeah, the butcher, as he is from the Pacific Northwest, from Washington. So there's a home track for him. Debuting this new car. Butcher by day, drifter by night. All right. Looks like track is clear, and we are good to go for Cameron Moore. Here we go. Go and get some power. Cameron Moore. Cameron Moore throwing it in. Nice job. That 2JZ powered Toyota 86, built by Nameless Performance. Now it's a touch and go. You see some into that second outer zone. Nice job. Some corrections of the wheel into that final front clip. Man, again, just only 2 cars in, and you're seeing just how fast these cars are handling this track. Right.
We can see a pretty good job on initiation there before that last standing line. Decent job on the bank on the first half. Doesn't get super deep on the second half, a little bit of wavering there, and you can see on the fence line, there's actually markers there to designate the zone. There's going to be, tomorrow we're going to talk quite a bit about where the deceleration areas are on this course. There's really only 3, one coming off the bank, one at the power alley transition to outer zone to number 2, and then the inside clip number 3. So for Cameron Moore, Good run in the books there for him. He'll have one more to go as he waits for his score.
All right, and in 80, so an 80 once again. So line bettering that, but angle, so less angle than that of Burkett, but you could see the style, 888, so 6 points. Next up, Pat Gooden, we saw earlier in practice, wasn't on the live stream, but got into the wall, had to get towed off, so it's like got the orange on the hood, some orange on the vehicle, courtesy of AutoZone. Come out in Hankook tires, S13. Yeah, nice job by Gooden. See him exiting off the bank quickly into the touch and go. Oh, scrubbing a lot of speed there. You can see that smoke signal showing you kind of lifting, but that is a decel area, as Ryan just clarified, from the outer zone into that front clip, the first front clip, I should say.
Let's take a look at Pat Gooden here, run number 1. Nice early initiation there. Locks into that angle. Judges really want to see you try to get up as high on that bank as possible and leave at the right time in order to draw a nice smooth arc through the power alley. Transition into that second outer zone. See a little bit of wheel movement there from Pat as he tries to make some adjustments to this final inside clip. Pushes wide here, throws a cone off course. Pat Gooden with run number 1 in the books.
All right, let's see what kind of score Pat puts up on his first run. 76. Ryan trying to look in his crystal ball and calling out scores here. Yeah, we just saw back-to-back 80s. Pretty close, Ryan. Ryan said guesstimated a 76, but officially or unofficially, it's not official till it's all over, but a 74 for Pat Gooden. Kyle the Menace Mohan throwing him up. Ryan, I think we got some sensitive microphones. Chill out with the audio voices. Here comes Kyle the Menace Mohan. Mazda Tricks, built to Apex. Mazda MX-5. Yeah. That's a good angle there, coming down off into the power alley. Some thrash and throwing up some Nexen tire. Debris. Quick little lift. Kind of want to see him, the judges want to see him stay on it at that point. But ripping through the course.
Nice initiation there from Kyle. You can see he kind of locks into the angle there, riding it all the way around the bank. He's going to come off a tiny bit early here. If you're a fan, you can see those red and white markers designating just the area where they'd like for you to come off. He does have a snappy transition back around to that second outer zone. Pretty tight on that second inside clip. Now through the final inside clip and pushing out wide here is Kyle Mohan.
And a 76 from Kyle Mohan. So 80, 80, 74, 76. That's the first 4 scores we've seen. And now Robbie Nishita, Jerry Yang Racing, the GTR of Nishita. He's on Achilles radials. Let's see what you got, Robbie Nishita. See him already lighting it up. An early initiation. Good angle, not as high as we've seen some from the previous drivers, but liking the angle. Yeah, out to touch and go. Larry Chen grabbing some photos, knocking over that first front clip and around the second and final clip. Well executed there from Robbie Nishita. Break it down again, Ryan.
Well, very early initiation here from Robbie. Line up the tires way down the course there and then way before that third standing cone. So nice job by Robbie. You can see not super deep into that zone. There's the end of the zone there. Now the touch and go. But he does draw a nice, pretty fluid, smooth line into the power alley. Reaches out to that second outer zone. Just tapping that inside clip. Nice movement back around from Robbie. Overall, good piece of driving there from him. And we've seen 5 pretty clean pulls so far as we make our way through the top 32.
Where are you thinking? You've been guesstimating some of the scores. Where do you think that lands?
This is going to be an 82.
Yeah?
Maybe 80. Maybe 76.
All right, 79.
Yeah,
So somewhere in the middle.
ballpark.
Somewhere in the middle. 79. A 79 for Robbie Nishita. 79er? Was there a 9er in there?
Let me look into my crystal ball.
Look into my crystal ball. My youngest son has been doing that laugh lately. I like it. He goes, that's a good one. All right, here we go. This is Jonathan Castro from Dominican Republic in his Toyota 86. Jendo Metodam. Nice job. Through the power line, ripping into that second outer zone. Scrubbing some speed there, approaching that final front clip. Like to see him just link it, maybe a little more fluid, but put the car in the right places for sure.
Well, another driver with a pretty early initiation there. And you'll be able to tell some of the differences between some of these scores that go up into the mid to high 80s and low 90s. You can see just not all the way out to that zone or the second outer zone as well. But he's able to hit that inside clip as well as this last one here just on that second hash mark through the finish line. Jonathan Castro still holds probably the best chase run of the year for me so far against James Dean in Orlando.
And a 74. 74 for J. Castro, Jonathan Castro. As we've been saying, I don't know if you've been watching the news, but there are fires just north of us and in Montana as well, so up in Canada and Montana. So that contributing to the smoke that's in the air, giving a white balance to the whole scene here. All right, Jeff Jones, the Doc Hancock tires, S14. Yes. Throwing some more angle on it towards the second half of the bank. Out to the touch and go, working it, filling all of that second outer zone. On that #1 hash mark on both of the front clips. Well done there, Jeff Jones.
Well, line-wise from the Relentless one, pretty solid there. Could have been maybe a little bit deeper and longer into the big bank, but that obviously is one of the more challenging parts of the course here. You can see he's kind of on a mid-high line, makes a little bit of adjustment there in his angle as he gets that touch and go. Now through the power alley. Outer zone #2. Inside clip 2. And the final inside clip here, nice and smooth from Jeff as he finishes up run #1.
A 78 for Jeff Jones. Yeah, scores are already in. Just shout them out. Shout, let it all out. As the Goosh, Ken Gooshie, OG, coming down the pipe. Ready performance. Toyota GT86. Consistent. You hear the exhaust note. Minus that front bumper now. Quickly into touch and go, filling all the outer zone. Getting a little closer, minus that front bumper. There it is, the Goosh putting down a solid run.
So Gooshie driving ability definitely very high, just having a little bit of up and downs this season, trying to make a comeback here on this latter part of the season. Nice start from him. Great angle coming off the bank. Looking for an area here to get into that touch and go. Nice job through the power alley into that second outer zone, right up against the wall there. And then the second and third clip, very smooth from Gooshie. Good throttle control. Good start for him on run #1.
It's a big claim. It's some big points there. Oh, Holy, a lot of smoke filling the stadium and even here in the announcer's booth. It's a hot one, 85. So wow, look at that, our new #1 qualifier. But we'll see if he can hold on to that. Is that enough? An 85, as Ken Gooshie looking a bit villainous there in that photo. JTP, Justin Pollak, car number 13. The Roush Performance, Falcon tires. Ford Mustang, wow, really early initiation there. See that before even the 3-cone. Ripping into the bank and now exiting. Touch and go, filling. Oh, big angle. Holds onto it, but I mean, he goes for the gusto, and if he pulled it off, it would have looked great, but that car just hanging out there a little too long.
I think the judges will score this, however, though. We'll see how they treat that. It may be a unchaseable lead category, but Justin has become a really excellent qualifier this year. Did a great job in Montreal, and you can see right here, just puts a ton of angle into the car. I could see that may be the one reason why they don't score it. But we'll take a look here as it comes through, and we'll get Ryan Lantain on.
Bringing Ryan Lantain in here, Ryan.
Yeah, so as we discussed in the pre-event talk, we have 3 incompletes that are hard and fast, which is spin out, anything latchable opening, or drifting in the opposite direction that you're supposed to on the track. But I said that outside of that, we have the ability to incomplete a run for something that would be considered unchaseable or a major error, and that we consider to be pretty big loss of control to the point where it'd be very difficult to chase in the chase position. So we like to put that under the category of an unchaseable lead run, technically. So basically came to a stop there, stalled right up, and it'd be really difficult to give that a score.
All right, so Justin Pollak receiving a 0 to do or die on his second run. I'm sure he'll dial it back just a little bit just to fit within the confines of a judged run. But I really think these guys, you know, with having the top 6 qualifiers fast pass into the top 16 tomorrow, those are some coveted spots. Chelsea Genova, another Mustang here in the mix, joining the RTR team. You can see that thing bouncing its way into the bank. Whoa, throwing more angle at it. Look at that. Getting nasty with it into the touch and go power alley. Not super close to the first front clip, then dials it in. But gaining some applause here from the fans, Ryan.
Yeah, Genova always impressive in his qualifying and head-to-head matchups. Extremely aggressive driver. You can see that front right wheel completely locked up as he pours on more angle there through the latter part of the zone. Now through the touch and go here. Big angle. You can see how quickly he basically rotated around and then held that angle there. So the rate to angle very strong there from Genova. A little bit off that last inside clip, but overall a scoreable run for him. Let's see where that slots him into the field so far.
All right, and scores are in. An 84. An 84 puts him into #2 qualifying position. And here we go, Nate Hamilton. Nate Hamilton in Juku Racing, Hankook tires. S13. Nice, consistent smoke signal. Now into the touch and go. Nice job. Very smooth line right now from Hamilton. You can see minimal correction from the front wheels. Scrubbing some speed. Turbocharged LS under the hood. Let's look at it again, Ryan.
So Nate Hamilton, run #1 here. You can see again, nice early initiation. Nice and high on the bank here. Starting to look for an exit. as he comes down off the bank into the power alley. He's going to get a little bit long on this second inside flip, and it's going to kind of force him to be tight here on this third one. He has to brake a little bit oddly there. So may get some deductions on line and angle in that particular section, but again, another scored run there. And we'll see where that puts him into the lineup.
And a 75 for Hamilton, 75 for Nate Hamilton. And our next driver was to be Alec Honadell. He is foregoing his first run. So it'll be qualify or die for his second run. Ah, wow. Making it clear. Making it real clear, buddy. No power for you, Harad. If that is your real name. Chris the Force Forsberg, defending champion, three-time champion. Noss Energy Drink 370Z on Hankook tires. Has the VQ engine in competition. Fluid through. Hear the exhaust note lifting as he goes from the bank into the touch and go, filling all of that outer zone. Dialing it into the final front clips on the first hash mark. Come, Mr. Tallyman. Tally me banana.
Well, building year for Chris Forsberg in this twin turbo here. Finally getting some time and opportunity to shake it down. Looking pretty strong here on the bank. You can see nice and high, that consistent line all the way around. Really committed here through that power alley. Great job on that second outer zone. Not too much to critique here from Chris Forsberg, starting off pretty strong. He'll make his way back to the lineup there. A good first pull for him.
The addition of some wind is welcome, clearing out the smoke. 84. Wow. You think is he gonna pass Goosh? 87 and 87. Ryan, you keep judging. You know, you keep guessing scores like this. They think it's gonna be rigged. You're just calling it out.
Making claims.
Making massive claims. Claim to fame. Alex Heilbrun from Lima, Peru. IMR Inca Madness Racing. Here we go. Field suspension, Nitto tires on the corners, and light them up. Nice job by Heilbrun. Whoa! Flirting with disaster there. All the way into the touch and go. Using all the course. Dialing it in about the second tally mark, and dialing it in on the final front clip, and as close as you possibly get without knocking it over.
Well, pretty aggressive run here from Alex Heilbrun. Probably the line is going to suffer the most here. You can see as he starts off on the bank, he kind of starts from mid, tries to move up high, but he's not all the way deep. And then here he tries to put the butt of the car into that section of the zone. He's going to drop a tire here. So line being affected a little bit, but nice job getting back to that second outer zone and through that second inside clip and the final one here. So for Alex, good warm-up run there. He'll head back for run number 2.
Oh man, Oshevitz.
I get like a 3-point window.
Yeah.
3-point spread. What'd you guess? 79 to 81.
And an 80 right in the middle. So I say in the middle because, again, Ryan Sage guesstimating some scores here. And you're on, you said in between 79 to 81. So an 80. Chris Forsberg, our current #1 qualifier. Just behind him, Ken Gooshie. Let's see how Peter Vincent from Poland, Wordhouse Drift Team, Falcon Tires, S15. Again, you can see the leaderboard as it stands. Peter Vincent turning on the smoke machine. Very fluid, smooth driving. Whoa. Bringing it into the final front clip, Peter Vincent, which I feel really is a sleeping giant.
Yeah, if you want to see a heartbreaking story, go back and watch the on-demand of the Montreal event. Peter was in a really good position going into top 32, crashed out in practice, and was not able to make it back into competition, had to bail out early. Now as he makes his way through qualifying here, he's going to come through the power alley. He's going to overshoot just a little bit his second outer zone, which is going to lead him to go a little bit long there, have to make an adjustment on that second and third inside clip. So really important to get the timing coming off the bank into the power alley. They all tie together. And so Peter, his run is now over, and he'll head back for run number 2.
A 79 for Peter Vincent on his first run. Currently 8th. Matt Field, just debuting a new video called Field Day. If you haven't checked it out, really cool. Said kind of a childhood dream. Got to grip his streets, the hills in the Bay Area. Put out by Heatwave as sunglass sponsor. But Falcon tires, obviously with that teal and blue. Matt Field, beast from the Bay. Let's see how he can. Ooh, lot of distance off course there from with his vehicle. So a deduction for him probably, but not massive. Got out touch and go and worked his car back into that second outer zone.
Well, once again, Darren, we can talk about the importance of just getting your timing and your line right, especially coming off the bank. Matt starts off pretty well here. He's on a more of a higher line on the bank. He's going to come off a little bit early, stay on the throttle here, and not reach out to that latter part of the zone. Overshoots the touch and go a little bit. Now he's carrying a lot of momentum through this course, has to make some adjustments here. So, you know, that section coming off the bank into the touch and go, so important to fill the entirety of that first outer zone along the bank if you can, and then draw the right line to the touch and go and that second outer zone. So Matt Field done, heading back for run number 2.
79 for Matt Field. All right, so Dialsha Hara, turn 14, distribution, Falcon tires, Subaru BRZ. Turbocharged V8 under the hood of his vehicle. Yeah, I could barely see the back half of it. Big angle from Di. Into the power alley, just to toe in. Oh, big wide swing. Is not bringing in, so it looks like really having some issues there, struggling on the struggle bus into that first front clip. Let's look at it again.
Well, this is a little bit of the opposite of what Field dealt with here. Di starts off with a pretty smooth line here, nice and high on the bank. And he's going to have a little bit trouble coming off the bank, or just right off the bank here as he comes into the power alley. Hits a touch and go, but then he pulls off that second outer zone very early, and you can see his line is pushing him wide past that second inside clip, and he has to make an adjustment to get back to that third. So line will have an impact there. We'll see how it affects angle. But overall, he will have a scoreable run.
And a 72 for Dialsha Hara. Another native of the Pacific Northwest, Matt Kaufman, had a good showing here last year. Let's see if we can take it to the top and get on the box. 959. Machine is built for war, Ford V8 power plant. Nice, clean, consistent throttle all the way through the bank, showing the commitment. Good fluid transition. Well executed there for Matt Kaufman.
Yeah, that was a great run from Matt. Overall, you can see, I love the way he initiates right here. He kind of snaps right into it, gets to that angle, holds it. He's on throttle all the way through the course. You can see he's nice and high on the bank. He keeps it deep into the zone. Right here where we have that little decel area, he D-Cells gets right back on it, fills the touch and go, back out to that second outer zone, nice and tight on this second inside clip. Good snap back around to that final. So line-wise, maybe could have been a little bit deeper in outer zone 1, but not much to critique there. A great run by Matt, and like you said, Jared, last year he had a great performance here, and it's bearing right there with a very high score on run number 1.
87, so an 87 from Matt Kaufman. Well done. Really letting it hang all out there. That's all good. Ryan just getting comfortable up here in the booth. Odi Bakshis. All right, so here comes Odi Bakshis. Well, I would say it's a real contender here for getting back on the podium. As Ryan said, a great showing in New Jersey from him. Transition into that second outer zone. Nice job. Dialing it in and around the final. Falcon tires, fuel suspension, drifts wheels.
Yeah, no doubt. Odie loves this course. He's had a victory here before. Starting off strong here. Nice early initiation. Mid-high line here. Like to see him get a little bit higher. Start a little bit higher and stay a little bit higher. But smooth line being drawn out to the touch and go. Now out to outer zone 2. Pretty good job there. Nice and tight on that second inside clip. Most guys not having too much trouble with the second and third inside clip, but you know, the bank to the power alley into outer zone number 2. The setup there, very important. So Odie, good run in run number 1 from him.
89, our new number 1 qualifier. So Odi Bakshis takes the number 1 spot with a score of 89. And this is Dean Carney, Oracle Lighting, Keeley's Radial Dodge Viper. Said he didn't have any practice yesterday, just couldn't find the gremlin, and then just one little cable came undone. So got it back on, fired it up. So got some practice today. Finding that grip and launch them into that first front clip and across the finish.
Well, a lot of memories here from Dean, going way back in the day. Battle in the finals between him and Darren McNamara, definitely one for the history books. And Dean starting off strong here, nice job on the bank. Very quick through the power alley there and the touch and go. Nice snap back around that second outer zone, drawing a good line here through the finish. You can see that front right wheel right on that first inside hash mark. So Dean doing what he needs to do. Had a great finish at Road Atlanta with his friend James Dean. So strong performance from him so far this year.
A 73 for Dean Carney. 73 puts him into 17th. So anybody putting a score on the board will be seeing themselves in top 32 outside of the top 6 qualifiers, immediately advancing onto the top 16. So fast pass from today into tomorrow's opening ceremonies. Vaughn Gittin Jr. So you can see the leaderboard. No, Vaughn wants to get in the mix. Chelsea Genova currently 5th. His teammate, look at that quick bark into the tires. You can see that. Really throwing it down. Nice job. More angle at it. Flying into the touch and go. Transitioning back into the second outer zone. Into the first front clip. And across the finish.
Well, Vaughn, just great car control overall as a driver. You can see again an early initiation there, eyeing up the line as he tries to eke his way up to the wall there. Put some more angle in the car as he's back on the throttle here. You can see that front right wheel lifting through the power alley and the touch and go in that second outer zone. Great line being drawn here through that second and third inside clip. pushing out wide there. Big smoke screen through the finish line for Vaughn Gittin Jr.
And let's see what we got here for Vaughn Gittin Jr., and that's an 83. An 83 for Vaughn Gittin Jr. puts him into just below Chelsea Genova, who's currently 5th, so one of those top 6 spots, and I have a strong inkling that's going to change here in a little bit. We are now getting to the top 5 drivers. Vaughn currently 5th. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. As Ryan Turk, gum out. Nameless Performance, Hankook Tires, Toyota Racing, Toyota GT86. Flings it into the big bank here. Definitely higher on the bank. Fluid. You can hear that thing just firing off. Anti-lag. Turbo 2J, and brings it across the finish line. You know, Gumout was running promo. You could ride in his GT4586, but right now it's all about his comp car.
Well, this has been a standout year for Ryan Turk so far. He's had some great finishes here, like you said, Jared, on this qualifying run. Maybe could be a little bit higher to the bank. A lot of points there through the touch and go. Great throttle control, nice smoke line. You can see that smooth transition into that second outer zone. And again, another driver able to nail that second and third inside clip. So nice start for Ryan Turk here, sitting in 5th place in the championship. Good opportunity here for him to move up a few spots if he can find a podium here this weekend. And we'll see where he slots himself in after run number 1.
And an 89. Right now, yeah, number 1 tied for 1st. So it's going to come down to the second score, and then it's a whole laundry list of things it'll default to, but a great score out of the gate on his first run, 89. Just given the consistency of these drivers as we get now into the top 5, you're going to see it just slowly progress. And here comes Mike Essa, Essa Autosports Achilles Radial BMW. All right, thrown it in, nice job. Really close to that wall. Out to the touch and go, using all of the course. Big angle here. About the second or third tally mark on that first front clip. But well done, like the angle, really hung it out there quickly through the course.
Well, Michael Essa has certainly been in championship form this year. Seen some great performances for him, a second in New Jersey, and you can see from his driving here, he's not afraid to go really close to the wall. Nice job dragging it all the way around through that touch and go. Nice smooth transition back around that second outer zone and into that second and third inside clip there. So Michael Essa continuing to impress here. We'll see where that puts him in after run number 1.
Do we have a new leader? 89 and a 91, a 91. So Mike Essa, now our new number 1 qualifier. Essa Autosports Achilles Radial BMW. All right, here we go. Another BMW, Christoph Bluch. Ripping into the course, flying through. Whoa! Out to the touch go, using all of the course, really hanging it out there. Scrubbing some speed. You can see him shifting and massaging it past the first and second and final front clip. Really flying through, Christoph Bluch.
Yeah, incredible speed, and that's what he's been known for this year. Great memories made at Road Atlanta, up on top of the pit lane from Christoph's. Great guy to watch overall. You can see he goes really deep into that zone. It almost looks like he's going to go off course, but he's able to put grip in the car, not go past the touch and go area, still make it out to outer zone 2, and then smoothly wrapping around inside clip 2 and 3. So great job by Kristaps, able to hold it together. One of the best chase drivers in the game right now. And let's see how that does for him after run number 1.
I don't know. What's your 3-point window? I'm thinking 90. Thinking he's definitely in there. 86. Wow. And 86. And 86 puts him into 6th for Kristaps Blush. Now we're going to currently second in points coming to this round, Frederick Osbo. We talked about his supremacy in Canada 3 years in a row. And this car really working out for him. Toyota Racing, Toyota Corolla IM, Nexen tires. Rockstar energy drink. The hatchback. A little timid of the wall on this first go round. Now bringing in precision work. Man, look at that thing just turn back on. The tires just erupting. The Nexen tires, you can see just, look at that. I mean, you can see the smoke signal. It's like, and then just turned it on right as he went to that first front clip.
Well, last year it was an Osbo-Forsberg duel with Forsberg in a developmental year. It's a great opportunity for Osbo, but he's got James Dean in his way. He does have the momentum in his corner. He does like this course. The car's looking incredible, and he starts off pretty strong here. What Osbo's known for, going down and laying a smooth, clean qualifying run in his head-to-head matchups, making it very difficult for the chase driver to do the same thing, always giving himself an advantage. And so for Osbo, the strategy has worked out so far this season, and let's see how he does here in his first run in qualifying.
And Frederick Osbo with an 85. An 85 for Frederick Osbo puts him into 8th. So our current points leader, multiple podiums this year, James Dean, Wordhouse Drift Team, Falcon Tires. Sylvia from Ireland. He's going to be your number 1 qualifier again. What do you think, Ryan? He's going to top it. All right, so James Dean throws it in. Very fluid, not just a snappy transition or snappy initiation, excuse me, but clean bank into the touch and go, filling all of it, now filling all that outer zone. Very perpendicular to the natural racing line. And proof positive why he's your current points leader.
Yeah, if you're just coming out from under a rock, this is the guy. This has been the guy to beat all season long.
Oh, hey, I was just under this rock.
The big question has been whether or not he was going to break at some point. That has not happened. He's been consistent all the way through the season. He's got 2 wins, and you can see why right here. Very smooth, fluid driver, hits all of his marks. He stayed deep into that first outer zone. Did a great job on the rest of the course. Does not make a lot of mistakes. Very, he's very tempered when it comes to what he needs to do, and he excels in the moment. So James Dean, your current points leader and your last driver here at run number 1. There you go.
And boom, a 92 from James Dean. So as you can see, some big scores here as we progress through the drivers list and the standings. So James Dean, unofficially our number 1 qualifier. So we'll take a quick break. We'll take a quick break, just very quick, and we'll get back to our second runs of our qualifying drivers here. The AutoZone Throwdown, that is round 6, the Formula Drift Black Magic Pro Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. When we come back, second run of Pro Drivers.
This presentation of Formula Drift has been brought to you by Black Magic, Own Your Shine, Air Force, Aim High, Hankook Tire, Driving Emotion, Balkan Tire, Nuts with Complex 6 for high performance energy.
Alrighty, we are live and we are back. Our second runs from each of the drivers. Track prepped and ready to go. Justin, get to your car, would you? Pollak? Make your way to your car, buddy. And it is qualify or die for a few drivers. Alec Honadale, Justin Pollak, a few of the drivers. Just don't talk about it. Keep it going. Thumbs up. That's what you got on the score, yes. I'm joking. All right. So as our drivers get prepped, you can see some warming up of the tires. Sage, some pretty solid runs out of the gate.
Yeah, great start for the field there. You can see James Dean on top, 92. Michael Essa right behind him with a 91. And up right now, Dan Burkett, who had a strong start here. I believe he's an 80. So nowhere to go but up for him here since he's got a good score in the books. And can take a couple risks here, try to move on up the ladder.
All the way up. As who's saying that? Fat Joe? All the way up. Yeah. All right, here we go. Dan Burkett, Rad Dan. Nexen Tires, Toyota Supra. He's originally from the Pacific Northwest, or he's spent some time up here. And nice job right now. Great look at Toyota Supra. Off the bank. Car looks very settled. Just the progression of Dan as a driver from Pro 2 to Pro, and even the vehicle from Long Beach to now. Just really developing the Supra throughout the season.
It's a little choked up there on that last inside clip, but again, another strong performance here from Dan, continuing to progress and certainly making a lot of fans here with his driving style and style in general. You can see coming off the bank, makes a little bit of an adjustment there to get deeper into the wall. I love the way he throws angle in the car, catches it right there through that deceleration zone, then right back on throttle. Right here, just gets hung up just a tiny bit, throttles through that last inside corner. And another solid run there for Dan Burkett. Currently sitting on an 80.
And an 83 for Dan Burkett. All right, here we go. Cameron Moore. See if we can get some more points. Nice, well done there. Oh, yep, Brian. Trying to break things around here. Cameron Moore, the Butcher. Yeah, nice job there from Moore. Again, got a lot of fans here in the building. This is from Washington. And dialing in, nice job. Well done from Cameron Moore. Essentially his home track here, Evergreen.
Second run here for Cameron Moore. Nice early initiation. You can see he kind of started on that mid to low line and worked his way up. Now coming off the bank. Hitting the touch and go there. Kind of a soft approach to that second outer zone. Like to see him throw some more angle in the car, a little bit harder if he could. Through the finish line there for Cameron Moore. Will be into tomorrow's competition. Just a matter of where he's going to end up here after run number 2.
And there it is, an 80, or excuse me, 78 on his second run, an 80, which was his first score. Will stand to be the better of the two, but we will see him in the top 32 action. And there is our current qualifying. All right. All right, here we go. Pat Gooden. You can see it looks like he got into tussle with that wall, but doesn't matter how good the car looks, got to put down a score. Getting intense. Black Magic intense on the door and on the track. Taking out the Black Magic. Intense tire wet, and that's going to be, all right, just standing on it for good measure. And that will be a 0. That will be an incomplete run. Didn't need those tires anyways. They're already smoked.
Well, let's take a look here at Pat's second run. We know the final result here, but let's see what we can take out of this bank here. So far, so good. He does come off with a little bit too much steam. You can see he drops that rear left just a little bit over that touch and go. And then he's a little bit tight on that second inside clip. Gets choked up there, and as he transitions to the final corner, just not able to hold the angle there and spins out. So that'll be a incomplete on run number 2. He'll have to stick with his first run score, which was a 74. So currently in 21st place.
All right, so we are all right, here we go. And Kyle Mohan in the Mazda Tricks built to Apex. Nexen Tires MX-5. You can hear the rotary winding up. Oh, getting all the way out there. Hanging on the wall. Brings it back in. Stands on the throttle and scrubbing a lot of speed. Let's take a look at this again here. Mr. Sage.
Well, we see a couple guys struggling here and there with the power alley through the touch and go, trying to get that timing right to that second outer zone, and then a nice flowing arc into that second inside clip. Let's take a look at Kyle here on run number 2. He's sitting on a 76. Big angle here coming off the bank, just dragging that right, that left rear wheel. This is where he gets caught up a little bit here. He's going to be in that decel area, then he gets back on the throttle. Draws a nice line there, but not a lot of angle towards that last inside clip. So will that better a 76? Let's find out where that will put Kyle Mohan into tomorrow's competition.
And that is an 83 on his second score. So it'll be the better of the two. He had a 76 on his first run. And Robbie Nishita. Jerry Yang Racing, Achilles Radial, GTR. Nishita with a 79 on his first run. Turns it up, throws some angle at it, nice job. Comes off the bank. Doesn't get all the way out that touch and go. Just a bit shallow on getting out there, but now seeming to dial it in, so compromising maybe the touch and go to stay committed to the outer zone.
Well, you can see just how important it is to draw the right line from the get-go here, especially as you get towards the latter part of the big bank. You can see Robbie Nishita is kind of on a mid-high line here. He comes off a little bit early, then he has to make an adjustment. He does miss the touch and go, and now he's in the center of the power alley, so he's not able to fill that second outer zone completely. He's able to bring it back around to that second and third inside clip, but he does get a tiny bit choked up there towards the end. He will make it through. Like you said, Jared sitting on a 79, looking to better that here in run number 2.
All right, as you can see, again, it's a nice mellow crowd today, and it'll be packed more for Pro 2. 79, a 79 on his first run, stands to be the better of the two as he receives a 75 on his second run, so a 79. Currently 15th for Nishita. Jonathan Castro. Jado Metaldom. Nexen Tires Toyota Racing Toyota GT86 with his second run. Castro. Off the wall and brings it out tighter with a 74 on his first run. Is he going to better it? Keeps it fluid, nice through the course. Well done from Jonathan Castro. Dominican Republic's Jonathan Castro awaits a score.
So here we go, Castro again, nice early initiation there. Starts on a mid-high line, moves up a little bit higher here. Does stay away from the bank. Not dipping all the way into that wall. Now here through the power alley and the touch and go area. Decent job there on the second outer zone. Much better on that second inside clip. And nice smooth line through that final and third inside clip is Jonathan Castro.
All right, so waiting for Castro scores 77 on his second run is the better of the two. He got a 74 on his first, so there you have it. Castro. And here comes the relentless one. That is Jeff Jones, the Doc Edelbrock Supercharged V8. S14 on Heilbrun tires. Seems like Jeff Jones is pretty active this season. Did some cool demos and having some fun. Nice job right now. Looks like he's having fun on course. Scrubbing some speed. Looks like maybe having some issues here. Keeps it together, but you can definitely see it wasn't fluid all the way. Something's afoot, Ryan.
Yeah, you can see and hear. So Jeff Jones, probably going to be the throwaway run for him. Seemingly much better on run number one. Starts off here, tries to move his way up the bank, puts a lot of angle in the car, but he's forced to come off the bank a bit early here. This is where it starts to get a little bit wonky. You can hear the vehicle just not revving at the level that he wants to here, but he does manage to make his way through the course without receiving an incomplete. So we'll score that run. And Jeff Jones is done for the day. He'll head back and prepare for tomorrow.
All right, so and there you have it. It is a 78 on his first run, better than the 63 he just received. Goosh is loose. And here we go. Ready Performance Toyota Racing Toyota GT86 on Nexen tires. Yeah. Nice exhaust now. You can hear consistent all the way through the bank. And bringing it on home. The OG original Gooshie. Got here, Sage. Nothing? Nah? There we go.
So here we go, here's Tens. Pretty good job on the 3/4 of the bank, but he does make a little bit of a mistake here coming off the bank, and that does seem to impact him here. Right there, a little bit of wavering, not able to keep the consistent angle in the car. And this is the touch and go. He's in the center of the course here as he tries to push out to that second outer zone and through this last inside clip here. So Ken, solid score on run number one. We'll see if that does anything for him on run number two. I'm not sure that it's going to break into the top 5 for him though, and allow him to have that bye run. Let's see here as we wait for the scores.
And what do we got for Ken Gooshie? And an 85 on his first one. So 69 on his second and 85 on his first run, will be the better of the two. All right, so qualify or die for JTP Justin Pollak. And here we go, JTP, Roush Performance, Falcon Tires, Ford Mustang again. He needs to qualify in order to be in head-to-head tomorrow. See if he can just take it back a notch. Into the touch and go, well done. This is where he rotated. Whoa, it looks like really checking up again. didn't rotate, but as the judges deemed it an unchaseable run, so it seems that he puts a run in the books and will receive a score. So that's good for Mr. Pollak.
Well, it got a little scary there for a second. Similar situation through the power alley into outer zone number 2, but was able to make it much more fluid and consistent. But if you listen to the revs of the car right here, just gets back on it there and makes it through the course with no issues. So good clutch performance there under pressure from Justin Pollak. We'll see where that slots him in for tomorrow.
How's the broth, Ryan? And there it is, an 82. An 82 puts Justin Pollak currently in 14th position. Ryan, I don't think I've ever seen anybody drink bone broth. What are the attributes of bone broth? What are we dealing with here? It's interesting. I don't know if I don't want to go that power right now. Interesting. All right, so you can see our current leaderboard. James Dean still up front. Essa, Turk, Bakshis, and Forsberg. Here comes Chelsea Genova. Was in the top 5 at one point, but knocked down, but see if he can get back up. Chelsea, look at that. You can see the Nitto tire showing the treads. That's how much angle he's got here. Great job by Genova. Flew it through on the second tally mark on the first front clip. Nice transition. Well done by Genova. Gaining some applause. So, you know, it seems like Denofa's, he's right there. He's right there. You know, this is maiden voyage in the Mustang, but I think he's right on the cusp of getting on the box. Yeah,
once again, he continues to push the boundaries of what's possible in that vehicle. And just, you can, from the throttle control, you can tell he's going 110%. He's able to keep it inside that line and not go too out of control. And he does just miss that second inside clip a little bit, but overall, a very aggressive, fast run that doesn't see him trying to not fill any of the zones. He's certainly pushing hard to get deep into all those zones and doing the best that he can while still staying aggressive, and it pays some dividends here for him in run number 2.
And an 88. An 88 is his car number, and coincidentally, his score here on his second run. So an 88 for Genova. Say howdy, get rowdy. Would you say he got rowdy? I think there's more rowdy in him, though. I think he can get rowdier. I don't think he's the rowdiest he's ever been. We've seen pretty rowdy from him, you know. Would you agree? Yeah, Ryan's in concurrence. Here we go. This is Little Tex, Nate Hamilton, Juku Racing, Hankook Tires, BC Racing, turbocharged V8. Whoa, working it. Nice job. Really dancing with the wall into the touch and go. Filling all of that second outer zone. Dialed in on that front clip. And taking out the final one. Talking to Nate in the driver's meet, says, I got to qualify 11th. So setting that bar right there.
Well, let's find out if he can do it. He needs an 83 to get in that realm. You can see he pulls a little bit of angle out of the car, so he's going to get some deductions there on the big bank. A lot of points on the table there through the touch and go, and now the power alley. Great job on that second outer zone. Draws a nice line there through that second inside and third inside clip, but just a little bit tight there. You can see different approach from different drivers there coming out of the power alley into that second and third inside clip. So he needs an 83 or higher in order to be in that 11th place range.
11th, there it is, an 84. So it puts him into 11th position. That's exactly where he wanted to qualify. It's at 11th or better. So we'll see if that sticks. We were to see, when is Honadell? Did right now? Okay, so yeah, Honadell was getting a little pitted there on his first run, and excuse me, because he was a no-show. So this is another driver, qualify or die. Fixyourfuel.com. S Chassis from Florida, now residing in Sin City in Las Vegas. Supercharged LS. Ripping and tearing into the big bank now in his power alley, excuse me. Nice job by Honadell. Just nudging it. You can see him wavering there, approaching that first front clip. Alconadale.
Well, that second inside clip was a little bit of a nail biter there, but he will get a scored run, be into tomorrow's competition. Let's take a look at this here from the beginning. Big aggressive initiation for Alconadale. Mid-high line moves up a little bit. You can see a little bit of wavering there as he comes off the bank. Now let's take a look here as he tries to come through the power alley. That left rear goes a little bit over the line right here. He's going to pull a lot of angle out of the car. Doesn't bring it straight. Does hit that second inside clip. Now wrapping around through the finish line is Alconadale. So a scored run won't be the greatest, but just one opportunity there from Honadale and was able to perform.
What did you say? 2 and 3.
I kept thinking there was something over there. Hey guys, I'm here.
My name's Ryan, and Alconadale got a 71. 71 puts him into 26th position, so a lackluster score, but a score nonetheless, and he will be seeing top 32. So gonna find out what exactly went wrong, because obviously it's not running him his true self. Here we go, Chris the Force Forsberg. Nos and a drink, 370Z, our defending champion. Into the bank, nice job. At one point was our number one qualifier. Can he get back up there? Really into the touch and go. Nice transition. Very aggressive sounding and looking run here from Forsberg. Well done there from the Force. Ryan, break it down.
Yeah, 2 runs back to back, pretty strong by Chris. Looks like an improvement from run number 1. Just has that little mistake there on initiation where he kind of pulls a little bit of angle out of the car, but you can see nice and high on the bank. Fills that zone completely. Very smooth line being drawn through the touch and go. Now into outer zone number 2, into that inside clip here. And that final inside clip wrapping around here. You can see that front right wheel just right on the line. Very smooth final turn there from Chris Forsberg. And let's see where that puts him. He's shooting for a top 5 here.
Everything's logged, so you guys have to type it in.
Alrighty. No, just wrapping out. Just Ryan, I think we're seeing some phenomenal driving here right now. We have you know, knock on wood, haven't seen any incidents with the wall.
No, we have not. So far, so good. Waiting for Chris Forsberg's score here. Had to re-enter a couple numbers.
Boom,
Here you go.
88 and 88 for Forsberg. Puts him into 5th position. Again, wants to get one of those coveted top 6 spots. Get the fast pass into the top 16. And that will be 6 spots. It was almost, 8 spots with Pollak and Honadale not having a score. But it will be no more, no less than 6 spots. Here we go. Alex Heilbrun. Everybody getting a score, that's why. So Heilbrun, Eka Madness Racing, Ditto Tires, Ablaze, nice job. Out to the touch and go, getting in the second outer zone. 3/4 of the way through with it, but really staying on it, liking what Alex is putting down. Well done from the Peruvian driver, Heilbrun.
Not missing a beat is Alex Heilbrun after not being able to make it to Canada. Looking strong here.
That's right.
Has had an incredible year if you go back to the beginning of the season, where he had a great start to the year in a number of events. And you can see here that the driving prowess still top-notch here from Alex Heilbrun. Good performance here on run number 2 from him.
All right, fans hanging out. It's uncharacteristically warm up here in the Pacific Northwest, and it seems like it's all across the globe. 89 and 89 puts him into 3rd position, so shaking things up there for the leaderboard. Scratch my back, I scratch yours, buddy. Here we go. So Peter Vincent from Poland. We'll see if he gets the pole. #1 qualifier spot. Can he take out his Wordhouse Drift team out of the #1 spot? Peter, nice job. Listen to the buzz. Look at the front tires are ablaze. Wow. Peter Vincent. We know the cars are capable. Identical cars. Very different drivers, but right now, Peter Vincent, like I said, kind of a sleeping giant. We know he has the talent. Can he put it together?
Well, it's a great start here, especially on the big bank. He locks into that angle, and he stays pretty much nice and high. Getting that back bumper maybe a foot or two away from the wall. Finds his approach to come off the wall into this power alley. Through that second outer zone. Great job right there. I like the way he transitioned. Good snap there. And into the final inside clip here through the finish line is Peter. Strong performance here on run #2 from him.
And an 89. An 89 puts him into 5th position. So again, all right, so at 89, nice job there by Peter Vincent. Here comes Matt Field. It's a field day, both online and right now. Let's see what he can put down. His Falcon tires, supercharged, V8. Winding it up, nice job. Matt Field, kind of off and on. You can hear the exhaust note just going off and on like a switch. Matt Field, one of the stunt drivers in the new Power Rangers Cosmic Drift film, debuting tomorrow right before opening ceremonies.
Well, another great job on the bank here. He's going to have a little bit of an issue with the power alley and the touch and go here. You can see he's going to get into it a bit early and leave it a bit early, and that causes him not to be able to really fill that zone as best as he probably can. But overall, a strong performance here from Matt Field. This is about that time last year where he went on an absolute tear, 2 back-to-back wins. One in Texas, one in Irwindale.
And an 86, an 86. Currently puts Matt Field into 10th position. The Falcon tires, Beast from the Bay, 777. Like I said, one of the stunt drivers in the Power Rangers Cosmic Drift film. Merging the short film, or it's a short film that will air tomorrow, right before Top 16. And here comes Daijiro Yoshihara, turn 14 distribution, Falcon tire, Subaru BRZ, former Formula Drift champ. Lights it up, nice job. Stays on it. Higher on the bank, into the touch and go, filling all of that outer zone. Big angle there for Dai. Oh, wow, centering. That Black Magic intense flip. And taking out both of the clipping points is Mr. Yoshihara.
Well, it's had a number of great qualifying positions this year, including a #1 qualification for Daijiro Yoshihara, trying to back up run #1 here. Not all the way out to the bank, but decent job there. Through the power alley, heading out to that second outer zone. Right here, he's going to get a little caught up. He realizes 2 inside on that inside clip, has to make an adjustment there, but still hits it. And finishes up the last corner there is Daijiro Yoshihara.
And Dai with an 80 on his second run, betters the 72, puts him into 20th position. So, I mean, with a high score of an 80, still puts you into 20th. That shows you just the driving caliber we're seeing here in qualifying. Matt Kaufman from Medford, Oregon. And here we go, Kaufman. Said had a great showing here last year. Seem to really put it together right now. touch and go, quick lift, but stands back on it. That is a decel area from that outer zone to the first front clip. And brings it around that final front and across the finish line.
So Matt Kaufman ticking upwards here on his second run. Let's take a look at this. Locks into that angle, pretty high on the bank, looking for that exit now heading towards the power alley in this touch and go. Nice smooth transition, great angle to fill that second outer zone. I love this transition back around. Very smooth right there to that final inside clip is Matt Kaufman.
And there you have it, an 87 and 87. So it's it ties his first run. So currently in ninth, an 87 on both of his runs. And here comes Odie Bakshish.
Probably like 7.
Falcon Tires S14. Nice angle there. Into the touch and go. Nice job in that outer zone. Really dialed right now as far as line, the accuracy, precision driving by Odie Bakshish.
So Odie here on run number 2. Does a great job coming through the power alley here, Jared. I love the way he scrapes that bumper right up against the wall in that second outer zone. And again, very smooth, fluid motion here to that last inside clip. Maybe could have done a tiny bit better on the bank. We're not seeing everybody, or we're not seeing one person link every part of the course together, get up into those mid to high 90s, but certainly great job by Odie through the power alley. We'll see where that slots him in if he can get in the top 5, and it does.
93 and 93 for Odie Bakshish. Puts him in that number 1 qualifying position, potentially $500 richer, courtesy of Black Magic and the number 1 qualifier award. Let's see who's going to grab it right now. All signs are saying Odie. Dean Carnage Carney. Can he knock Odie off the block? Number top 6 qualifiers. Fast pass into the top 16. Dean Carnage Carney, nice job. Oracle Lighting. Dodge Viper. See the lights are on as he lights them up into that second outer zone. Quick flick of the wrist into that final front clip. Nice job. Well done there from Carney.
So Dean Carney down that back straight into initiation here, back on the throttle. Kind of on a mid-high line here. Now scooting the butt out towards the deep part of the course here through that touch and go. Big angle here. Just comes off that second outer zone a little bit early. And wraps back around to this last inside clip here is Dean Carney.
And the scores are here. 76, a 76 on his second run, better than 73 had on his first run. Von Gittin Jr. waiting on the line. FD champ. Monster Energy, Nitto Tires, Ford Performance, Mustang RTR. Ripping into that first big bank, the outer zone. Well done, into the touch and go, filling all of it, and getting into the second outer zone. Dialing in about the second tally mark. And as close as possible around that final one without knocking it over. got here?
Well, looking for an 89 or better to break into that top 5 here is Vaughn Gittin Jr. Squatting that Mustang there on initiation, locking into this line. Nice and high on the bank here. Great throttle control coming through the power alley. Transitioning here to this second outer zone. Like you said, Jared, on that second hash mark on that first inside clip. Now through the final turn there by Vaughn Gittin Jr.
And a 91 puts him into 4th position. So he's currently 6th in points. So that's a good spot to be in right now. As far as if he stays in the top 6, fast pass into. You can see Ryan Turk. He's currently sitting in 6th, but Dean and you got. Yeah, you got a few other drivers that could still knock him down. So once he solidify one of those top 6 spots, here we go, Ryan Turk. The Toyota GT86 ripping into that outer zone. The Hankook tires leaving evidence all over the course, and nice exhaust note there from the 2JZ powered gum out. Nameless Performance, Hankook tires, Toyota Racing, Toyota GT86, Ryan.
So Ryan Turk pushing hard here, trying to get into that 90 and above category to lock in a safe position here into the top 5. Decent job on the bank. Great angle here as he comes down off the bank into the power alley. Nice throttle control. Good snappy transition back around to that outer zone. And then a final throttle burst here for Ryan Turk through that inside clip and through the finish line.
Right, and we are waiting for the score. A 93 for Ryan Turk, and it says that is a #1 qualifying position because he has an 89 on his first run, a 93 on his second. Can Ryan Turk hold that #1 spot? Still 4 drivers left. Right now, Michael Essa. Oh yeah, Bakshi has an 89 too. So style was what it goes to. Ryan Montaigne got some clarification. Thank you, sir. See what it ends up as Michael Essa, Keeley's Radial, Essa Autosports BMW. Wants to get one of those spots too. He's currently 4th. He has a 91. So you gotta think if he gets a 93, he's gonna trump both those guys. Believe me. And across the finish, nice job. Can that top a 93, Ryan? What say you?
Well, let's take a look at this here again one more time. Michael Essa, run #2 into initiation. You can see he kind of falls down for a second there. Has a little bit of a struggle with the bank. At this section right here goes deep, but you can see lose a little bit of angle. The car has to bring it back around, so we'll get some deductions there with the angle category. But through the power alley there, looking pretty good. Snappy back around. Through the finish line. Already has 1 good score in the books. Sitting pretty solid right now.
And here is the schedule for both today and tomorrow. Pro 2 later on this afternoon. Local time is 1:21 right now. So just to give you an idea, use that as a unit of measure. 5:30 is Pro 2. Then tomorrow, top 32 begins at 1:15. And then opening ceremonies at 5:30. That's a top 16. So again, will be live for free 93. A 91 on his first score will be the better of the 2, and 87 on his second run. 3 more drivers left. Kristaps Blush from Latvia, HGK, Motul, Achilles Radial, Wisefab Suspension. Here we go. Mast Motorsports V, one of the quickest drivers, I should say vehicles. Creates a ton of smoke as well. Perfect on the touch and go and the second outer zone, just barely kissing and knocking over that first front clip.
Well, Blush on a tear this year, a couple close positions for him in some of the events we've seen so far. Very close to getting a couple of wins. Still looking for his first, however. Maybe Seattle will be the opportunity for him as he finishes up his second run here, blazing through the course, through the power alley in that second outer zone. Kristaps Lush, second run in the books for him.
Setting the track ablaze. 91 and 91 puts him into 5th position. Does better his first score of an 86. 2 drivers left. And Frederick Osbo, he's got it in him. He's qualified consistent throughout the year. Let's see what he's going to put down. It's Osbo currently with an 85. He's 14th. Can he better it? Winding this 4-cylinder turbo Rockstar energy drink. Toyota Racing, Toyota Corolla IM on Nexen tires, filling that second outer zone. At the first tally mark, and around the final clip. Ryan, is that in the is it in the 90s realm?
Well, it's gonna be close. Let's take a look here. Osbo and his team defying all expectations, coming out with that vehicle in year number 1 and being as competitive as it has been. You can see he does a really good job on the bank there. Stays on throttle through the power alley. Nice smooth motion towards that second outer zone and that first and second inside clip. So not a lot of mistakes there for Frederick Osbo. He's looking for a 91 or better to get into that top 5.
All right, all right, all right. And Frederick Osbo with a 90, so he does not get into the top 6, just outside, and sits in 7th. So 1 driver left, our current points leader, James Dean. So you can see James Dean with a 92. He would, if he got a 93, if he even tied those guys, he would be our #1 qualifier. Let's see if he can better it. And James Dean throws it in. Nice job. Consistent. Wow, really tight to the wall, just blending in the blue and white. Transitioning into that second outer zone in the power alley. Nice job. Second tally mark on that front clip. Kind of balking and checking up there. Seemed like a quick little mistake there in that transition to that final clip, but still exciting from the jump.
Well, there's a couple of key things to point out here. I mean, this looks like this is the closest that anybody has been to the wall for the longest period of the time. You can see he's nice and high on the bank, and then right here he's just all the way around, very, very close, within inches here. Into the touch and go. Snappy transition back, holds the angle. Great job on that second inside clip. And then back around here, a little bit of hold up right there on that last section, but a very, very small mistake, all things considered. The majority of the damage was done, and this could be a great position here for James Dean, greater than he already has. And now he's fighting here for the actual qualification points, which in a close championship do make a difference.
Boom, a 93. So there, just as I said, he ties the guys with a 93, but because of his first run score of a 92, boom, James Dean is your #1 qualifier. Again, so compared to that of Odie and Turk, they had 87s, but James Dean gets the better of him with a 93 and a 92 as he just banging away on the competition. And yeah, so again, thank you for joining us out here. We will be seeing Pro 2 later on. Pro 2 here at Evergreen Speedway, the AutoZone Throwdown. This is round 6 of 8. We do have an autograph session later as well. Here is the webcast times. Again, 5:30 local time. Currently is 1:30. So see you in about 4 hours here for Pro 2 competition. And Pro 2 is really heating up. Some really talented drivers. Can't wait to see it. We saw some great qualifying from the likes of Dirk Stratton. I believe he was #1 qualifier. Josh Robinson, Dylan Hughes. So our top 3 qualifiers. So looking forward to seeing you guys later. Thanks for joining us out here. Round 6, the AutoZone Showdown. Formula Drift Black Magic Pro Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. See you at 5:30 in 4 hours. Send it.